We joke around the house calling it liquid gold. Okay, so this is 3 ml of Haemophilia and it costs $31,000 just for 1 month without subsidy. The condition I have is Haemophilia A. And so the best way to understand what haemophilia is actually through the domino effect. And so each domino you see here represents one factor that's part of the clotting chain. And so when a clot needs to be formed, it starts from the front and there. So it means that the clot has successfully formed. However, for those with haemophilia, what happens is there is a missing factor. And in my case, it's missing factor 8. And so when you were to push it down, the clotting doesn't occur properly, and so a clot doesn't form successfully. So what this means is that if I were to get a small cut, it can actually result in quite a serious injury because the clot doesn't occur. So to help with clotting, I was introduced to factor 8, and what it does is it helps to complete the clotting chain. So if I were to get injured, a clot can occur. So the issue with factor 8 is the factor's lifespan is only about 2 to 3 days. So on the first day, I get the full coverage. However, by the third day, it has already gone down by quite a lot, and so it's almost not there. And so that results in spontaneous injuries, where sometimes I wake up in the morning injured and I have no clue why. After a few years, there was a newer medication that came in, and that was Haemophilia. It does everything that factor 8 does, but it does it better. So instead of a 2 to 3 day lifespan for factor 8, Haemophilia lasts about 1 month, which means I have to give myself infusions less often. Because of Haemophilia, the amount of spontaneous bleeds I've had has dropped significantly. Because Haemophilia has such a long-lasting coverage, the only issue with Haemophilia is if there was the bleed, I have to give factor 8. Because this factor 8 has a much higher dosage, so it means that sufficient clots can form properly to help manage the injury that has occurred. So for today, I'll be giving myself Haemophilia. I just need to collect all the Haemophilia together. I'm going to put it into a syringe and then jab it. This is 3 ml of Haemophilia and it costs $31,000 just for 1 month without subsidy. With subsidy, it is $3,000, but it's still a really large sum of money. We joke around the house calling it liquid gold because of the amount versus its cost. The issue actually about our subsidy is that it has to be renewed every year. My parents are both working. If my parents were to have a pay raise, it would raise the total family income. And that can result in either the subsidy being gone or they could reduce the amount they subsidize. I think this liquid does make me feel more normal because with it, I get to be more adventurous. With it, I get less injuries, I get less reminders that you have haemophilia. It's really, really powerful liquid, a powerful 3 ml. Today we are going to be playing badminton. It is part of my sports module for those in year 1. Today is the last lesson because today is the test. All students are supposed to take a sports module called Wellness for Life. So there's quite a few choices of sports, all the way from yoga, swimming, mixed martial arts, badminton and even handball. So when I choose a sport, it's also based on the danger level. I cannot take contact sports because there are things like tackling. So let's say when you're tackled, a joint could be hit and maybe you twist your ankle. And if it's a swelling, you are most likely in a wheelchair. I have two main joints that I have to be careful about. They are my right ankle and left knee. So these are my target joints, and these are joints that are more likely to get injured.
So it's your assessment. I'm assessing only 4 things. Your gameplay theory, your gameplay practical, your attitude, and also your competency. Okay, next 4.
Sadly, we didn't win. It was 11-9, so we lost by 2 points. But overall, it was a good match. The shuttlecock did hit me, but it was far enough that it didn't have a lot of impact, so it's quite fine. Since November 2021, Haemophilia has helped to reduce the severity of leads. That means that I can try a bit more things and maybe just a little bit more adventurous. Okay, good. Go!
好的，同学们，欢迎回来。希望同学们都度过了一个愉快的假期。好，如果你们看一看周围的话，你们会发现有一些新的脸孔，对不对？啊，那他们呢，就是我们今年的中一新生。
大家好，我的名字是王瑞莹。我希望能在书画社认识到新的朋友。我来自108班，谢谢。I have Chinese calligraphy CCA 2 times a week, Tuesday and Thursdays, 3:30 to 6, and on Thursdays are 4 to 6. In primary school, my school hours were from 7 to 1:30, so then I just go straight home after that. But now in secondary school, my CCA ends at 6, which is longer hours. I have to inject insulin about 3 times. The first time is during recess, 9:30. Second time is during lunch. And third time, if it's like after school hours and I still feel a bit hungry, then I'll go grab a quick snack from the canteen. When I inject myself with insulin, I have to make sure that I inject the right amount, and I'm afraid that I may give myself too much, and this may even cause fainting when my blood sugar level is too low.
Hey, Constance.
Hi,
You're back?
Yeah.
How's the day?
I'm okay.
Okay, then how's your VG level?
My VG levels are a little bit low.
I just got home from CCA. My sugar reading is now 3.7. It is low. Right now, I have a bit of shaky hands and I feel kind of dizzy.
Since I had CCA today, I had 3 meals in school. I may have injected too much during one of the meals that caused my sugar reading to drop lower. That's why I had low blood sugar levels. The worst outcome is that I'll faint.
I quit my job when Ming was about a year plus, and from then until now I've been taking care of him full time. The reasons for me quitting the job is because at the time I've been taking too many urgent leave, and so it more or less affected my performance. These are for his haemophilia, every 10 days prophylactic injection. He will require 3 bottles, 1 bottle of 500 units and another 2 bottles of 1,000 units. This 1,000 unit is about $3,000 per bottle, and the 500 is about half the price. For every injection, it will be about $7,500.
Before Juming turns 2 years old, we didn't get any medical subsidies and it was quite tough.
He will have one episode maybe around every 2 to 3 weeks. Every episode will need about $400 to $500. We did do the application, but we were rejected because at that time I was also working. Our savings was depleted in about a year.
We needed to spend around few $1,000s every month for Juming's medical.
We applied for the Medifund a second time when Juming was about 2 years old. It was finally approved because at that time I'm no longer working and we have only one set of income.
Juming received 100% Medifund, which we don't need to worry about this. But the family actually depend solely on my income. We have to actually, live a simple life.
I don't think we have much entertainment nowadays. The last time when we had a movie session was we got tickets from friends. We cut down costs by reducing our expenses like simple food, do our own repair. We have a lot of donations from friends and relatives. Our furnitures, our closet, the tables. So we have at least 50% of our furniture donated to us. This is a little improvised air cooler. We didn't want to turn on our aircon. So to deal with this hot weather situation, I built this little improvised cooler with a styrofoam box and a simple USB fan. I use this. These are all the ice gel pack from KKH. I have tons of this. So what I do, I just cut them up, put them into all this packaging left behind, and then just put it in. Simple. Just put it there. Plug this to a power, turn it on, and there you have it. Yes, I've been using it for about 10 years already. The air conditioner has been broken down for about, I think, a year. We have no intention of repairing the air conditioner. It's going to be quite costly.
你在看什么？
啊，看这个生产食物的面线啊，
这是哪里？
好像中国，
中国啊。
中国有一些马来西亚人哦，好像去做工啊什么。诶，上次你不是有去马来西亚咯？
呀。
跟你的谁呀？
跟我 boyfriend 去啦。
啊，没男朋友去。
我给你看照片。
OK， 好。
Our family financial situation isn't very good, but then after I have a part-time job, my boyfriend, and we have some money lah. Then we just chose to go to Malaysia because it's near and it's also cheaper lah than other countries. I got my passport about 1 month before the trip last year. No one in my family has their passports.
We don't have a passport because we think it is not necessary since we cannot afford to travel as a family.
I'm quite happy for her that she gets to experience it. But sometimes I feel a bit jealous. Like, why did you go and try good food down there without me? Probably should have 打包 some back, right? For me, right?
Okay, next time I will 打包 for you.
You sure? You say one?
Yes.
On camera one, you say
Yes.
Okay,
These are all the medical supplies that I've used over the years. These are my blood glucose monitor. These are the drums for my lancet. These are my insulin pens.
These are the initial ones that she used. This will be those pen whereby you can do an infusion of 0.5 units of insulin. Take a look. Like for example, Constance needs for a meal 6 units, so we down to 6. Then we can just, if you see 6. Okay, so she wants it to be on her hand. We just swap it to prepare it, and thereafter we'll do the insulin injection. It's been a while. I think she's a bit fearful of that. Yeah. When she's younger, she says that she wants some ice cream, or she goes to birthday parties whereby she wants cake. Every time she will look at me, Daddy, can I eat it? And I say, yes, you can eat it, but you have to do injection. And that's where she says that I better don't eat.
Right now, I'm using this insulin pump that's attached to my body. I think it's better because then I don't have to like poke myself with needles every time I want to eat something.
Yeah. The insulin pump that Constance now uses, it costs around 2,000 to 3,000 without subsidies. We got it around 1,000 plus after subsidies. So on top of the pump that we paid one time off, so she needs running costs for finger prick. She needs insulin as well. So for Constance, every month her running cost will be $400. The cost will be lifelong, of course, unless there's cure for that.
Yesterday, Constance came back from CCA with a blood glucose reading of 3.3. So we are very worried that she might enter into low blood sugar reading, and that's where she might just faint and collapse. We are hopping on to a new medical device. Hopefully it can help her to manage her blood sugar reading better. This year, Constance has started on Secondary 1, with the longer hours in school.
Because of the longer hours in school, then of her irregular meal time, so she does come back from school with low blood glucose level. So this is of a concern, because while she's traveling back and having blood glucose level that's low, we are afraid that if it's too low, she may faint. So we are installing this continuous glucose monitoring. So I think it helps her to be able to have a BG level at any period of time. So all she needs to do is that she just check her phone, she has a BG level, and she can administer insulin as and when with the pump. This device is linked to Bluetooth to her phone. The readings also can be linked to my phone as well. So I'm able to monitor her blood glucose level on my phone as well. Take it off.
So having this device, it enables us to see her sugar readings while we are at work, while she is in school. So if her readings are too low or too high, that's why we can quickly communicate with her and give her a call.
So we just place it to where she wants to have this device on, which is usually the more fatty parts of her body. Like that, Ken? Good for you. So I hold on, I'll just press. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And we just clip it. Okay. So the device is on now.
This device, the average lifespan is 10 days. So every 10 days, we are supposed to change it.
This Dexcom G6, if you got it off the shelf for a period of 10 days, it costs around $100. So in a month, so it will be $300. So I think with all the rest of the costs, the insulin pump variables, insulin pens, we'll be expecting maybe $600 to $700 per month. We won't say it's very manageable. It is okay for us now because we are working.
Alright, I think better a new one because it looks like, oh, it's that time of the year again.
Yep, I need your IRAS, your CPF, our bank statements, car installment, broadband bill, please. Can you get them for me?
Okay, IRAS first. So this has become an annual affair for us. It is the time for the big review. So every year we need to make an application to get a subsidy for Haemophilia, the medication that Dominic is taking. And with that, we need to gather all our income and expenditure documents, and we will submit them to the medical social worker.
So as to be able to get our subsidies for Dominic. We also need to show how much allowance we give to the kids. Yeah, maybe you just put it in the Excel, easier.
Okay.
Haemophilia is one of the most expensive illnesses in the world because of the cost of medication over a lifetime. So Dominic's on 2 types of medication. So one of it is about $200 a month, and the other one is $31,000 a month without subsidies. So after subsidies, we pay about $3,000 a month.
This subsidy has to be reviewed every year, so that gives us and him some level of uncertainty as well.
I recall when we were trying to get subsidies, our income at that point in time was just off by less than $1,000. We couldn't access it. We were just told, sorry, your income is beyond the magic number. So up to he was 16 years old, he was using factor 8 medication, the cheaper version, which he has to give intravenously through the veins.
So that was not good.
Over time, you see Dominic really struggling so hard to get his jab in, and he can't, knowing that there is a medication out there for him. Because our income is just a bit higher, we just couldn't get it. It was really upsetting for me. I actually teared over it because I felt it was so unjust that Dominic couldn't get something just because we are both working adults.
But eventually we got our hands on Haemophilia, and I would really express my thanks to the nurses, doctors at the hospital who really tried to fight for our case.
The pharmaceutical company would subsidize a fair bit, leaving $12,000 for us to pay up. Then the hospital has used various schemes to help us, and we now pay $3,000 a month for his Haemophilia. So for the subsidy every year, we have to reapply, which makes it so tentative because you really don't know whether one day they decide that, oh, your income is very high and therefore we don't need to subsidize you. I guess if we don't get our subsidies, then we might have to really reconsider whether we can continue giving him Haemophilia. But that would be a very painful decision because, I mean, you've seen how far he has come with it.
I think during my lesson, my father messaged me and told me that my blood sugar reading is 12.8 and I will need to give myself some insulin because my BG level is not in range.